Remember that.
Okay.
Remember that.
So as I strike angle 1, okay, here it's referred to as a V cut. Okay? And the V cut manifests differently at different ranges. Okay? So at largo range, it cuts through with a loptic here. Okay? It cuts down. The V actually happens on this plane over here. Okay? So it cuts from shoulder to hip, turns over and comes up to parotid 2. And so my V happened here. Okay? Now, if I borrow Angie, at a medium range, my V happens, I'm closer to her. At long range, I'm just through, right? At a medium range, I come through here, but this might be coming. Okay? So there's a cut here. So it turns in front and comes back up to 2. Okay? So there's this V here. And there's a shortened arc principle. At long range, I have a long arc. At medium range, I have a shortened arc that has this redirect. That can be possibly a second cut, but also a way to deal with something else coming in with a second cut here. Okay. At closer range than that, close range, anybody have a dagger? Right? Yeah, I figured you do, but I was thinking readily accessible. So then at corto, we use different tools on the long weapon, but a good representation is the knife. Okay, so at corto, let's top ranges for your truth's sake. Okay, so at largo, she extends, go ahead and extend out. I can hit the hand, but I can't touch the hand. Does that make sense? And my goal is to use just the top couple inches of the weapon. It's the part that's the fastest moving, and it's the part that keeps me the furthest away. You see, I can hit this hand, but she can't hit me. Okay? That's important. I want to be able to hit her and not have her be able to hit me. Okay? But we'll get more into that detail later. At medio, I can hit the hand, but I can touch the hand. But I can't touch the body or the face. Make sense? So that's medium range. Medio. At corto, I stopped slashing. I made these reinforced cuts here. But at this time, I'm going to start doing things like rotates and things like puño strikes because I'm too close to get a good power into these. Corto is I can get in here and I can touch the body, touch the face. Right? Okay. So to represent that cut here, now as I cut, I can cut through, and now my V cut looks like this. So I can cut in, cut up, cut through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So before it was here. Okay, now it's here. It's tighter because I don't need to be out here. There's no particle out here. Right? I'm in here. Okay? And then that changes. This is a very conceptual art, not a very technical art. And so I can, for example, go ahead and do this for me. Striking. Okay, I've got the body. I've showed you shoulder to hip, shoulder to hip to hip, hip to hip thrust. Okay? Okay. That, if you draw those lines and they intersect, they touch. No matter how far you zoom in, they touch, right? So now I've got the same thing right here, right here, here, right here, and right here, right? Still the same angles, still the same thing, but I went from being this big to being this big. But I could also be over here. I don't have to be in front for these things to happen, right? The angles haven't changed, nothing has changed. But my target has changed. So the same thing happens. So right now I can come in here and I can cut the chest, cut here, like this. Okay? But if I change my angle, and she goes in and puts the hand up, this one. Okay? Now maybe my cut is here, my cut's here in the arm, belly, right arm. Okay? So the targets can move, but the angles don't change. Does that make sense? So as these angles come in, the way I deal with it with a forehand diagonal is the way I deal with a forehand diagonal, whether it's a cut, whether it's a hit with a long weapon, a stick, a club, whether it's a double-handed hit, whether it's a big old punch, the angle is what told me what's happening. Okay? And my defense to it doesn't change. Okay? She takes her stick and she goes double-handed big strike from this side. I can come this way here. Right? And I can stay out of it, so I can move off this line here. She goes single-handed strike. Okay? Oh, I can be here. Okay? She goes knife. Okay, same thing. Okay, she goes punch on that angle. Okay, notice how what I did didn't change, even though a whole bunch changed about what she was doing. And that's what's unique to the Filipino martial arts, is that focus on the angle of attack being what's important, rather than, okay, if they punch me this way, I do this, and if they hit me this way, I do this, if they hit me this way, I do this, if they hit me this way, I do this, if they hit me this way, I do this. Angles, okay? Number 5, boom. Front kick, looks like angle 5, okay? Roundhouse, boom, angle 3, okay? Reverse, angle 4, okay? Axe kick, here's angle 2, here's angle 1. Okay, so now I just kicked all those angles. Okay, I can turn this up and over and go this way. I haven't changed what's happening, right? I go to punch, boom, 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 boom. For now, we'll call this angle 5. Later, we break it apart into a little bit more, but all of these are thrusting. Guess what? Pull a gun, boom, angle 5. Because the last I checked, when you go like this, a bullet doesn't come flying this way, right? Angle 5. So the way we handle angle 5, angle 1, angle 3 is the same regardless of the tool that's in use. Make sense? Okay. So as we deal with that, your stick, recognize these cuts. So when I do cut number 1, comes down and my V happens right as I clear the body, I come up. I come through, I clear the body, I draw back. Okay, I come through, I clear the body, I draw back. Clear the body, I draw back. Come through, and draw back. Okay, so one more time. So now we're just going to do a tracing drill where we use a partner to help us see these angles so that we can, does your angle look like this or like this or like this? Well, it helps to have something to reference. Okay, so she stands here and I'm going to come here. I'm going to go angle 1 to the hip. That was the strike. Everything from this point is no longer the strike because there's nothing to hit. Yes? Okay? So everything after this is a recovery. So everything else is get back to parada. Okay? As I come through here, here's my cut, comes down to the hip, parada, here's my recovery. Okay? Cut, out of the hip, parada. Cut, parada, thrust. Make sense? So you're going to work with a partner. They're going to give you this target here to show you, okay, I'm going to aim for the hip. You're going to learn target placement. You're going to learn distance, because I'm not going to do this like this. Okay, I'm going to do this like this, where I've got the appropriate range. Okay? And you go ahead and make contact. Okay, I'll use the flat of this instead of the edge, but I can come through here and I can tap the shoulder. Okay? I can tap the shoulder. I can tap the hip and tap the hip. And if this was something else, I could thrust, right? But so thrust. So it's good to recognize where your weapon is and where you are in 3D space in relation to this other person. Because it does not matter how hard I hit if all of them happen right there. But I only have to hit one time if I'm close enough for it to do so. Okay, so how close you are is really important. You can be too close and you can be too far. Try to find that sweet spot. Okay, sir. Salamat.